The talk of EA Sports FC is starting to be brought up. Well, technically it was brought up this time last year when EA and FIFA did split. But now we're approaching a point where EA is really starting to push this because we're not far away from the release. And in today's video, I'm going to be going through the full timeline. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to get some very easy coins for FIFA 23, then there is no better place than SkyCoach. SkyCoach will offer cheap, fast and reliable FIFA 23 coins. All you need to do is use the link in the description down below, select how many coins you would like, the platform that you play on, and within just a few short hours, you will have those coins added to your account, ready for you to do whatever it is you want to do. Buy players or even buy packs. So if you're interested, there is a link in the description down below, and if you use Fnatic at checkout, you'll be able to get yourself a 10% discount.
Nice.
Just for some background, EA and FIFA did split. So there will not be another FIFA which is developed by EA, but they are still developing their own football game, which is called EA Sports FC. And as far as we're aware, and this will be revealed, but gameplay will more or less be similar to what you already expect in terms of FIFA on a yearly basis. The game modes will still be present, but now everything will be through EA rather than FIFA itself. And there is a rumor that FIFA did dictate a lot of things that would happen within game in terms of where to allocate resources, and FIFA would want that to be on the most profitable game mode, Ultimate Team. So here's hoping that this year, because there's no longer that situation of FIFA overlooking EA and dictating the situation, that things will be a lot more balanced across all game modes. But let's actually go through the timeline. Right now, at the time recording this video, Team of the Season is just around the corner. It may even have started at the time of this video's release. Team of the Season goes on for quite a bit, but based on its name of Team of the Season, it is at the end of the season. This already highlighting a point being the end of FIFA 23. Now this promo will go on for months, all the way through May, June, and potentially even July. This tends to be the best point in FIFA because it is coming towards the end, but there's still enough hype within the community. And whilst all of this is happening, EA will start to reveal dates. They have already started to say one particular month, July. July is when the initial reveal will take place for EA Sports FC. EA have already announced it, and so has several major leagues. But this won't just be the month for the reveal itself, because EA will release several trailers, including potentially some gameplay. It starts with a cinematic reveal. This doesn't provide too much, it's just a reveal as a whole, which will probably also announce the technology behind the game. Similar to what they did within FIFA 23, where they had Hypermotion 2. We could get something similar, or it could just be new technology added on top of Hypermotion. From there, maybe a couple days or even a week after, we will then get a gameplay trailer. This highlighting all the new and improved systems that will be implemented into the game, potentially the improvements that you will see from that new technology which is being used. After that, once gameplay is sorted, EA then tends to do different live streams or videos or events based on individual game modes. You'll get a trailer for Career Mode, Pro Clubs, Volta, Ultimate Team, and anything new that will be added. And it breaks down each of these individually. Potentially you'll get one of these every single week or every 3 to 4 days. There's been leaks this year of there being an online career mode. So if that was to be in play, that is something that they would announce as part of that career mode trailer. You'll get the trailer and video itself placed on YouTube as well as other platforms, but then you'll get pitch notes which you'll find on EA's website, which goes much more in depth and will play individual videos to highlight the certain gameplay features or mechanics. All of this will happen on a weekly basis from July, the initial reveal, all the way through to August. But August is special for another reason, because there's two things that happen. Firstly, you'll get the closed beta. This is when you will be invited to play in a closed beta if EA deems you a suitable player to go and get any information from, or even provide any feedback. EA will look to go and get a broad audience. They're not just looking for those which have played 1,000 games plus. They're looking for people in different categories, those which do dedicate a lot of their time playing this game, plus also those which have just picked up and played it for the very first time. And you must be invited to this. There's no way around it, but if you are invited, you will be able to play the game early. Everything that happens in this closed beta does not carry over to the full game. It is only there to gather feedback. EA will then take that feedback into consideration and try to provide any last minute changes before EA does finally release EA Sports FC in September to potentially October time. The second thing that happens in August is that there is a shutoff point. Not many people know this because EA doesn't really advertise this, and to be honest, I can't give you an exact date because it could potentially change. But normally sometime in August, if you were to create a new EA account after the selected internal date that EA chooses, you will not be able to get access to the web app on the release of EA Sports FC. Now this year, we're still not 100% sure of how EA is going to plan out the whole of the release. I assume it's going to be very similar to previous years because even though the licensing for the name has changed, they've still got a really good model. So I would assume that the web app early access, the early access through EA Play, the Ultimate Edition, Standard Editions, all of that will be the same. And if it is the same, if you do create an account before this internal date, which no one really knows about, but as long as it's before August, it does mean that once EA does finally release EA Sports FC on the web app, you can get access to it without needing to go and bind to the game itself until the full release. September is when things really start to pick up. There is normally an EA and creator event where selected creators will get invited. These are the most noticeable people within the community, definitely not me. They will be invited to record content, publish content, release it, and give their feedback. This goes from mid-September all the way up to the release. In between that, you then get the FIFA 23 web app taken offline. This goes off for a couple days, potentially even a week, whilst EA puts together the EA Sports FC web app, ready for that to go online. And that's normally one of the first things to be pushed public in terms of the new game. You can actually get access to this before you can get access to the full game release. At the exact same time of this, it's either on the same day as the EA Sports FC web app going live, or potentially a day or two later. That is when there is the EA Access, where you can get 10 hours early access if you're a subscriber, and you can start playing EA Sports FC early, but only for a limited time of those 10 hours. This will take us all the way up to the release. Well, the release of the Ultimate Edition and Standard Edition. EA normally pushes two separate games. You have the Standard Edition, which allows you to get just the game, and if you pre-order it, potentially there will be some pre-order bonuses, but typically you'll have this on a day released in late September to potentially beginning of October. But if you get the Ultimate Edition, you will be able to get the game, you'll be able to get maybe a few loan players, extra FIFA points, but the real selling point is that you're able to get it a few days earlier, which normally leads to it being late September. This year with FIFA 23, or technically last year on the release, the Standard Edition was released on September the 30th, but the Ultimate Edition was released 3 days before on the 27th. Now with all of this, because of the breakup between FIFA and EA, and that initial rumor that FIFA used to dictate absolutely everything, where they would tell EA where to allocate resources, there could potentially be a bit of a change this year. But as for now, this is really what to expect. This is what we've had every single year prior to this. And we have mentioned it as part of this video. Yes, there is a split between FIFA and EA, which could bring some changes, but more than anything, there's not a reason for EA to change that much because they still have a very profitable business model that goes alongside the release, regardless of what its name is. As we get closer to each and every single one of these stages, I will probably do a much more in-depth video. EA has already announced that the reveal will happen sometime in July. That's official. Once we get to that point, that's when we'll do the breakdowns of each and every single component and game mode, gameplay mechanic, you name it. And that's when things really pick up. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.